so rye-ish.
Rye?
Yeah. I don't know.
My goal is to try to get people who can't understand where we're coming from, where you see what's going on in the world right now. I panicked a little bit. Hey man, it brings back the old days. But
I was always ready to go. Anytime you show up to the party with this, it better be dream.
Yo, what up?
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Men and Means podcast.
Hey, and you know what? There's no way we're gonna go any further without saying
back.
the milk cartons have paid off. Okay, dude, the fucking wanted signs,
The hotline, 1-800 hotlines.
Yeah. Welcome back,
Thank
Yeah,
you.
welcome
Thank you.
back.
the one and only.
It feels good to be back. It feels good like I never left.
Okay, well, glad to have you, man. Definitely glad to have you here. We still got Travis too.
Yeah, I'm
He's
still here,
Still kicking.
and I'm
Yeah.
happy. I was mentioning earlier too off air that like I feel like this is my first like official Men and Means podcast because now I got the original three here, so I'm very happy to be here, and I'm happy Anthony's here.
Well, this is actually was just between Anthony and James initially, and they just needed me to procure whiskey. They were like, "Hey, we don't know what to drink. We're just
Yeah.
drinking Jack Daniels," and I was like, "Don't worry,
So
guys.
instead of a sugar daddy, you were a whiskey daddy.
I like that.
All right,
I'm gonna
whiskey
start
daddy.
There
make
you
me
go.
a shirt that
There you
says
go.
Whiskey Daddy."
Whiskey Daddy?
I will say on my hiatus, I did miss being here, and I am very happy to be back,
Good.
joining everybody, and to a successful run. It sucks that I missed the 50th. I wish it was 1 week sooner.
51.
Yeah, 51. I guess started back up at the number one.
What does Schrader say?
Schrader. Oh shoot.
A day late and $1 short.
There you go.
But you're here, so welcome back.
Better
Somebody
late
else
than-
said better late than never, right? So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better
take
late
that
than
to your
pregnant.
fucking,
Yeah.
well, there's that one. You know what I mean?
All right.
Anyway, man,
Less
yeah.
politically correct, but
Why don't we let Anthony do that?
Yeah. Let's let Anthony do the.
What we're reviewing today, we got a little rye whiskey. It's called Riptide. The bottle, it does not really say whiskey to me, but we'll see what it is.
This is American whiskey. I think we've had a couple other American whiskeys that kind of come in the same.
Yeah, I guess
same-
this is new to me. I haven't been around the whiskey game since I haven't been here, but I guess this is a good one to kick it off for me again.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see. It looks really strong. I mean, Jesus.
So a little bit of background on this. So this one is, like Anthony mentioned, this is a rye. This is like the bottle says it's a 97% rye, which is extremely high. From what I've all intensive purposes, what I've heard is it's actually a little bit more about 95.5. It's coming from the Cali Distillery. Like I said, this one's 118 proof, man. So it's cask proof too. So keep that in mind. It's aged about 14 to 18 months. So
not long at all.
Let me ask you a question. I noticed that it's from California, right? From Gardena. I believe.
Gardena, yeah.
Is California at all known for making whiskey?
No, not in like a major way. You know what I mean? But I would say I'm no expert on it, but just my understanding, what I see is I think it's something Californians are kind of trying to get a little more into. And the way Californians are, they tend to try to do things their own way, right? So this one in itself is kind of lends itself to that in the sense of it's cask strength. It's not aged very long. And I think that's what they wanted. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to find their niche in the market.
It's probably a quick turnaround.
Well, that's what I was thinking too. Like, how long have they been around? You know what I mean? Maybe they'll have longer
And
age
being
later.
with California, I mean, of course they got to go with like the beach theme, right?
Yeah.
Riptide.
What is that? Santa Monica right there?
Yeah.
Is it?
I don't know if
think
it's
it
Santa
is.
Monica, but it's
It looks
definitely
like it.
it's a
Kinda
pier.
pier,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
a pier. Yeah.
Mhm.
Riptide. So that's what we're bringing you today, man. This is Riptide single barrel rye whiskey, 118 proof, 59% alcohol, I believe. So it's gonna slap.
Yep.
It's a good one to come back at.
Yeah. So, I mean, presentation wise,
It's not a whole lot there.
yeah, it kind of has a bottle similar like the Sia
Oh yeah,
with
yeah, it
the
does.
shoulder.
That
Yeah,
one,
the
the,
long
the
one.
Mavericks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
another American whiskey.
But I mean, it's kind of a rye. I mean, it's kind of nice to see one come out of California. I didn't really know they fucked with it that much.
Yeah.
And the high proof, I think it's going to be interesting. I think at the least.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I'd say as far as presentation, I'm with you on that. It's nothing crazy. I like the font they used, the Riptide font there. It's kind of interesting.
I feel like the label and the font looks like a '90s Lifetime movie network, like
It does.
like poster.
Yeah, it does.
yeah.
I'm sorry. I was actually gonna say it reminds me of that movie with the man from Roadhouse.
Point Break.
Point Break. There it is. I don't know what it is about it. It reminds me of Point Break.
No, you're right. I think
Yeah.
the sunset, the font, the pier, everything. Yeah, it definitely has that vibe.
I like the font because it's kind of like
Mhm.
California, like extreme,
For sure.
maybe like surfing,
Yeah,
like world.
surfer, yeah.
But like to your point, the actual label,
hmm
it does look like some
Yeah.
grandma took this at the end of like trying to catch a nice sunset.
Right.
Yeah, but it's okay.
Yeah.
It looks. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
It is
actually
what it
excited
is.
to see where it ranks with the other rides.
With the other ryes, yeah.
Yeah.
And with such a high rye percentage and a high proof as well, I'm expecting this to be pretty spicy.
Yeah, yeah.
You want to nose it?
This knows
Just
it.
knows it.
All right.
Hello.
I knows it so hard. Hello.
How are you?
How are you?
So I'm gonna say, man, my initial impression on that, I didn't like it. I think the second time around it gets a little easier. I don't know. I don't know what I'm really getting out of it though. The rye, I suppose.
I'll kind of echo that same sentiment. I'm really not getting a whole lot off the nose. Like I get, some of the alcohol harshness. I get some sweetness, maybe a little, but other than that, like I really don't get a whole lot of it. I will say though, just jumping back to presentation real quick, I like the color. I think the color looks really nice. It's a little darker, but yeah, as far as like the aroma, I'm not really getting a whole lot.
Yeah, I think when I first took the first
wrong?
whiff of this,
Oh.
yeah, it wasn't. I just smelled more alcohol than anything. I don't think it. I didn't get too much from it, like Ken said.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, it does smell strong.
I'm not mad at the smell. There's a certain note in there that I kind of like, but I mean, it does smell like it's gonna be a little strong.
Yeah.
But there's a note in the very back that is kind of interesting to me. I don't know what it is,
Mhm.
and I don't, like you said, I don't think it's the cask because it's not aged very long.
No.
So I'm gonna see what this fucking flavor is all about.
Let's see.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into it.
Cheers. Cheers to Anthony being back.
Oh, well, whatever.
Oof. Wow. Can I go?
There's that
damn.
flavor.
Yeah.
It hit me like as I, was breathing. It went up my nostrils. It was a lot of gas, like a lot of really powerful.
Yeah, it is. It's strong.
Yeah.
It's not bad tasting.
No.
It's just
It's hot.
damn, dude. Yeah, that'll warm you right up, dude. Jeez, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say it. I didn't get a
chest
aftertaste or any of that. I got some burn here,
Yeah.
but nothing when it went down here to the chest. It was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, that 118 proof is it? That definitely comes through. And
Yeah.
I think the the spiciness is definitely there. The alcohol is definitely there, and it's kind of overpowering. At least at first, you get some more out of it the longer it lingers. But definitely, it was harsh up front. I feel like this definitely could benefit from aging a lot longer.
Yeah.
The 18 months or whatever it is not long enough. I think it needs to be in there longer to mellow it out a bit,
Right.
and it'll be a lot more balanced. But I mean, for what it is, and we should probably, or maybe get into that a little later. But regarding the price point, like I feel like depending on where it's at, kind of make a determination of if it's a good deal or not.
Yeah. It was $32.
Okay, so
That's a
it's,
great
it's
deal.
not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely tasty. It's better than a Jameson or something.
I would say just my thoughts on it, right? Like I said, it comes off strong. But the finish, I guess you kind of get the little caramel in there. And I'd say, I think it'd be great in a cocktail. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like you
yeah.
get that strength in it.
Nice
But
old fashioned.
yeah, exactly. Right. Something like that. Where you could kind of blend it in with something else and kind of take some of that heat off the ball, if you would. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's kind of my thought.
I agree.
I don't know. I kind of like the kick it up front.
I want to retract my statement about I didn't feel it in the chest.
It came back.
I'm now feeling it in the chest. All right.
Fighting on the way down.
Yeah. But I do kind of like that kick up front because it really does tail off pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
Like you get the burn and the warmth,
Mm-hmm.
but the kick of the alcohol kind of just tails off, and then it kind of turns into this spice.
Yeah.
And it's not like I thought it would be spicier,
Mm-hmm.
but it's more warm.
Yeah. I
you know,
agree.
and that's probably the alcohol.
Yeah.
But there is some spice there, and like you said, at first it sits here,
Mm-hmm.
and then it starts moving down.
Oh.
This will be a good one to drink, like I don't know, like on
Cold night.
camping or something
Mm-hmm.
around a campfire. Like
Yeah.
this might be a good, nice, warm drink.
Yeah.
I kind of like it. I mean, it's not the
Yeah.
greatest,
Right.
but I do appreciate that kick. It's because it does tail off pretty quickly.
I think to kind of touch on your point, the spiciness and the burn, if you will, of the alcohol can kind of get mixed. Like they overlap for
Yeah.
a second. And I think you're spot on. It's like you definitely get the rye spiciness at first, and then like the alcohol kind of takes over. But yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely will warm you up.
Yeah, this is definitely warming.
Yeah,
This is one of the higher proofs we've had.
Yeah, I
Maybe-
like
maybe
it.
the highest.
Yeah,
It's good. It's just
Oh, and the alcohol content
yeah. I said it.
sitting at
Yeah,
59%.
yeah, 59. Yeah, it's
Holy
up there.
shit,
So I mean, yeah,
that's higher than the Highland
yeah.
part.
So yeah, that's where it's like
That's
oh
56, right?
yeah, something like that, 51 or something like that. Yeah,
52.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is pretty up there.
yeah. This one's yeah, something to remember.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's rank this thing. Who
All
wants to
right.
go first?
Well, I'll do the honors.
Yeah,
I
all right.
guess, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Being I haven't had a whiskey like this or a rye in a minute. But just me not drinking whiskey very often anymore. But it went down smoothly. It was good. It does give you that afterburn. It hits the chest a couple minutes after. With everything price wise, I probably ranked this at about a 5.
Okay.
Okay.
You got a calculator now.
Yeah. Shout out Smoking Hot Stephanie.
Yeah. So, I as I was listening to your explanation, I was kind of forming an opinion in my head, and then you mentioned the price point, and I that like reminded me, like, you know, it isn't really an expensive bottle, and for me that's gonna bump the rating up a little bit. But even still, with all that said, I still would only give it a 6.5.
It burns my lips.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
there, man. It's there.
And so for me, I like what they're trying to do. I do think it would benefit from being aged a little longer. And maybe that's yet to come. But overall, yeah, it's not bad. I'm gonna give it a 6.
I'm gonna give this one a 5 because I think it'll benefit from aging longer, but I don't think that the blend is right. Like I know it's a rye and it has some spice, but to be sitting at 95% rye and such a high proof and a high alcohol content, I think it should be a little spicier.
Mm.
And I think if you age it longer, I don't know that you're necessarily going to get more spice.
No.
I think if anything, it'll smooth out the flavor and the alcohol vibe of it. So I don't know if it would benefit from more aging as far as what I'm looking for.
Right.
So for me, middle of the road. But
Fine.
for applications such as camping, mixed drinks,
Yeah, I think it'd be great in a cocktail.
would be a great whiskey to have, and the price point is not bad. So you can
No.
pick this up, try it, see what you think about it, because it sits right where I think a lot of other whiskeys sit,
Yeah.
consumer whiskeys.
Right.
So it's not bad, but for me, middle of the road, 5.
Yeah, so that's an average score of 5.6.
Nice.
Not terrible.
No.
$30 bucks.
There's worse ones out there, especially for the price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There damn sure is for a lot more. So,
Mhm.
all right, man. Thanks, guys. It's whiskey time. Riptide, Cali Distillery, 95% rye.